Recently, Fantasy Flight Games announced that they were doing these one-shot challenges, weekly one-shot. And this is challenge one, and they're calling it The Ground is Lava. So with this challenge, basically, you have to play the Mugen formula scenario with the flight modular encounter set, and you have to play as a hero that has aerial or the ability to get aerial. So we're going to be playing Nova. I'm going to be playing a pretty aggressive deck with this. The reason being is if you flip down to Alter Ego, you take 2 damage. So I'm going to have some healing cards. I'm going to have some cards to try to keep me in hero mode, and I think I have to rush them. I think that's going to be kind of my best bet with this. I'm not 100% sure, but that is going to be the goal. I will link the actual deck that I use down in the description. So let's pop down to the table and try to take on Green Goblin. All right, we're mostly set up here. We have Mugen formula on the table with the flight modular set, 16 life. We have 10, so we will shuffle up his deck, get going. I feel like this is a matchup where you kind of need to rush because we're not gonna be able to flip down much. And I did put the ground is lava stuff above my head so you can see it. We're using Mugen formula, the flight modular set. You must have aerial, and we can gain it through the helmet. And we change the alter ego, we take 2 damage. So we have cards that allow us to heal up on the hero side, but then we also basically have attack cards to try to kind of move fast. We're going to hopefully exploit pitch back a little bit to kind of just get that going. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping this will work out all right, but we'll find out. All right. 2, 4, 6. Okay. So we have light speed flight, power on all of us, power on all of us, first aid. Okay. So we don't need first aid. Ugh, okay. This is interesting. I think I'm going to actually keep this hand and draw 1. All right, Miss Marvel. We're going to throw away the Power All of Us wild resource to do our alter ego action, which allows us to look for a helmet. Since we used a wild resource, we get to put the helmet into play, which should be very helpful and useful. Or at least that's the goal. So we're going to be flipping up, and we're going to hope we don't take too much damage moving forward, but we'll find out, I guess. All right. So we got the helmet. He now has the aerial trait, so we did the whole must have aerial thing. I don't think he actually had to get aerial during it, but yeah, it's nice to show it. All right, let's flip up. So I want to use the helmet to play Pot Shot. Now, double the number of wild resource generated while paying for this card. We're using a wild resource. We deal 4 damage to an enemy. Takes out the thrall. So we don't have to deal with that guy. I'm going to deal... Oh, he doesn't have guard anymore. So I am going to deal a damage to Green Goblin, bring him down to 15 life. So after you use one of our basic powers, you get to ready the helmet. So that's ready. I am then going to use the helmet again to play Light Speed Flight. Now we get to remove 3 threat from a scheme. So that's cool. Let's use the power on all of us to just play Endurance. It gives us 3 extra life to kind of work around with and play with. So hopefully that'll help us. Miss Marvel, I think we'll hold on to just in case. And then we'll ready up. So we get 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a lot of expensive cards. That's a lot of expensive cards. I don't know which way to do that yet. All right, we'll figure that out in a bit. So we're going to do 1. I'm going to take this hit for 3. So it's going to be 3, put the... Okay, so 3 damage brings us down to 10. Or back down to 10. So we have to place 1 threat on the main scheme because he attacked and damaged us. The soldier... should come in when defeated. The soldier is going to deal 1 damage, so we're down to 9 life. And then we get our bad card, which will be Goblin Nation. Each goblin enemy, including Green Goblin, gets +1 attack. So that comes in with 2 threats. I do want to get rid of that. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the helmet, throw away Mansion, throw away Wolverine, and throw away Unleash Nova Force to play Nick Fury. Now, Nick, we're going to draw the 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. Wrong time to get connection to World Mind. All right, so I want to have Nick thwart the 2 because Goblin Nation is going to be putting a lot of threat and everything, and that's just going to be a bad time. We're not going to like that, so let's get rid of that. Let's do a double and connection to the World Mind to play Miss Marvel. I don't think we're going to do much with her yet, but that's all right. I am then going to deal a damage, bring him down to 14 life onto the enemy. And I want to save this for like pitchbacks and whatnot. So I think we're going to be good, and then we'll ready up. I'm going to use force field projection because we're going to be taking a hit, and it'd be nice to kind of use this. So, all right, 2, there's a pitchback. 3, I don't want 2 of them. 3, 4, 5. This doesn't count towards our hand size, so we get to go up to 6. This is like a terrible hand. This is an absolutely terrible hand. Don't want this many pitchbacks. I shuffled, but yeah, that's just the way it works sometimes, unfortunately. All right, this goes up to 3. Now he's going to attack for 3. We're going to take the hit on this. So it's going to be 3 plus nothing. Okay, that works out really well. So we're going to use a wild resource with connection to the world mine and use on force field projection. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that. He was only going to do 3, so we prevent all damage. We pay for a wild resource, which we did. We'd get to deal 3 damage back to him, so it brings him down to 11 life. All right, and then Goblin Soldier is going to attack. I'm going to take the 1 damage. No, we'll have Nick take the 1 damage, right? Just in case. And then we get our bad card, which is when revealed, discard each tough status card from a friendly character, and the players as a group take 2 indirect damage. All right, so Nick is going to take 1, and Miss Marvel is going to take the other. So Nick gets knocked out. He was going to get knocked out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We didn't have a tough status, so that's all fine and dandy and whatnot. All right, now it's our turn. I am going to play a lot of pitchbacks, I guess. Oh, you know what? I should have used this for that. I messed up with force field projection. I should have used this, but that's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world. All right, we're going to attack Green Goblin. So he's down to 10 life. The reason being is because we're going to use the helmet to play pitchback, deal 4 damage, which now gets him down to 6 life. I want to then use Miss Marvel to deal a damage here. And then we're going to throw away a pitchback to play a pitchback. I'm sorry, we're not going to do Miss Marvel yet. We'll do it in a second. But we're going to throw away a pitchback to play a pitchback. We can trigger this off the same hero attack. All right, so if you have multiple pitchbacks, you can do it multiple times. Deal 4 damage here, and then Miss Marvel's going to deal a damage and knock this guy out. Okay. So we get to deal 1 damage to the engaged player. Brings it down to 8 life. Okay. So I'm at 8. He's at 6. We'll hold on to force field projection again. And then ready up. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. All right, cool. This goes up to 4. Green Goblin's going to attack. We're going to be doing force field projection again. So it's going to be 3 plus 1 is 4 damage. We're going to use the helmet to play this. So we only take 1 damage because we're going to prevent 3 of it. But then we pay with a wild resource, so we deal 3 damage, bring him down to 3 life. Okay. Oh, and then we have to put 1 threat in the main game from his force response. All right. Bad card is Higher Ground. Same exact thing as before. We would take 2 indirect damage. She's going to take 1. I'm going to take 1. Brings it down to 6 life. Knocks out Miss Marvel. I actually think we're going to flip down soon. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. So let's thwart 1 off of here. Get that down a little bit. After doing so, that lets us ready our helmet. We're going to use our helmet to play light speed flight. Remove 3 threat. Brings this down to 1. The reason being because we can double the amount of resources. I'm going to throw away 2 cards to play Champion's Mobile Bunker. And then we're going to flip down. In doing so, we have to do the whole thing above my head. Change your alter ego, take 2 damage. So we're down to 4 life. And then let's ready up and hope for something big here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mockingbird, which will be nice. All right, we got the first hit. We got Moon Girl, which is really nice. Pot Shot, which could be good. We have some options here. All right, this goes up by 1. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. We have to shuffle this back in. So it's up to 5 out of 7. We have to shuffle that card back in. And then we get our band card still. And then if we flip him, we got to make the push. I don't know if we have like enough attack to make the push, but still. We'll see, I guess. All right, bad card is Overrun. Ooh. All right. First thing we got to do is heal our 3. We're going to heal our 3. Brings us up to 7 life. Now, the question is, Do we play Jesse Alexander? The reason being is because Connection to the World Mine will get back into the deck and we get to draw a card. But we have to get rid of some cards to do that. And I don't know if that's really worth it, to be honest, at this point. How many doubles did we get rid of? Did we get rid of all of our doubles? One. No, there's still 2 more left. All right, let's flip up. We're going to use Champion's Mobile Bunker to draw 2 cards. Okay. We're going to get rid... We'll get rid of a First Aid and a Jesse Alexander. We'll get rid of those 2. Okay. So we are now a champion trait, so we can play Moon Girl. We're going to use a double resource and go for champions. So that's 3 mental to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Now, Unleash Nova Force. We could do some stuff with, but I don't think we're going to. Let's then... Let's use a double and Unleash Nova Force to play Mockingbird so we can stun the villain. This will at least give us like a round to kind of hang out and hopefully figure out life. Now with Mockingbird, we're going to remove 1 threat from Overrun. Discard cards, top 2 cards. If it's a Goblin minion, they come and play Engage with us. It's not a minion. And it is a minion with guard. Ugh. Okay, so what we're going to do is then exhaust this to play Pot Shot, which will deal 4 damage to an enemy, which will knock him out so he no longer has guard. Let's then use Moon Girl to remove 2 threat from here, bring us back down to 3. Shoot, I should have 1 left on it. So we have First Aid and Dive Bomb still. I don't think we need First Aid. I think we'll hold on the Dive Bomb for our push. And then pray after that. All right, let's ready up. Let's ready up. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a weird hand. Okay, this goes up to 4. He is stunned, so nothing happens. We get our bad card. Just don't be like an attack. Goblin Reinforcements. 1 reveal. Place 1 additional threat here for each Goblin minion in play. There is none, so don't worry about it. All right, the question is, do we go for it? And we only have 1 card left. That kind of messes up Champion's Mobile Bunker. Oh, boy. If we play X, gonna give it to you. It confuses the enemy. And I feel like that's kind of the safe bet right now. Because flipping down 1 more time could help a lot. So let's use... Yeah, let's use the helmet. Let's use Spider-Man, that's 2. And let's use Lightspeed Flight to play X gonna give it to you. Now, he's gonna come in. Actually, no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. 1, 2. I apologize. Let's just use the helmet to then play Lightspeed Flight to remove 3 threat. So that goes down to 1. Okay. I am going to thwart 1 off of here. Readies up her helmet. I'm use Mockingbird to thwart the other one so we don't have to deal with this card. Do we push him? No. Though I kind of want to. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to use the helmet, a dive bomb, and an X to play Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm going to give him the +2 attack. So he's going to deal some attack. It's going to be 4. So it's 1 overkill in case there was 1 short before. And it's going to knock out this Green Goblin and put in next Green Goblin. Now, he comes in with 18 health. And we have to reveal 2 face down encounter cards, which is terrible for us, but that's all right. I'm going to hold on to Dive Bomb. And we're going to get another backer. We're going to hang on. We're going to ready up and hang on. Pot Shot, which could be really nice. And we have 7 life. So we're going to shuffle. We get another bad card. We're just going to hang on. I think that's what we're going to do. Sometimes you just got to play a little risky, right? You just got to play a little risky. Hope for the best here. And yeah, maybe everything will be fine. Maybe everything will be fine. He does have overkill, but Spider-Man can absorb some of it, maybe, and that might help us out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Terrible cards. Terrible cards. All right, so this goes up by 1. He's going to attack for 3. I'm going to have Spider-Man take the block. It's going to be overkill. So me 2, 3, put the Thrall into play. Okay. So he absorbs 2. I get hit for 1. So it's down to 6. Miles gets knocked out. Thrall has guard, unfortunately. It's going to deal 1 damage. I'm down to 5 life. Let's put the guard on so we don't forget about that. It's a terrible card to get right now. But we will figure that out. All right. Then we get a 4th bad card. So let's go through things. First one is attached to the villain. We're going to be taking 2 indirect damage. All right, pumpkin bombs. Next one is attached to the villain. He gets +1 or +1 attack. Ignores the retaliate keyword. Okay, not great. Next one is caught off guard. Discard, upgrade, or support you control. I'm going to get rid of endurance because we're going to be trying to make a final push. So we're down to 2 life. And then the last one is assault. Okay, that's going to be the end of it, I think. I don't think we have a way to defend against this, unfortunately. So overkill. After the villain attacks you, discard pumpkin bombs, take 2 indirect damage. All right, indirect we could handle. He gets +1 attack and ignores the retaliate keyword while attacking a non-aerial character. So we don't have to worry about that. So if we defend, we'd have to defend and not get hit at all, which would be 2, 3... we still get hit for 1. We have to take 2 indirect damage. So we get hit for 1. And then we take 2 indirect and we'll knock out Moon Girl and Mockingbird. Oh boy. Okay. And we have to deal with guard. Okay. Okay. We used ourselves to exhaust. All right. Let's use the Champions Mole Bunker to draw 2 cards. Wolverine and Mansion. There's just no options here. We'll get rid of Unleashed Nova Force. No, we'll get rid of the power in all of us. It's not going to do anything for us. All right, so we could use Pot Shot with our thing to get rid of this card. And then we'd have to do 18 damage. Or actually, no. Before we do that, throw away Mansion, play Unleashed Nova Force. So we get to ready up and draw a card. World Mind doesn't make a difference. We could deal 1 damage to him. 7. Let's just ready this up. Yeah, we're not gonna win this, unfortunately. That was just way too much. You got a lot of great cards there at the end that just kind of messed everything up. All right, unfortunately, we didn't really get the win. We tried rushing him down near the end. I should have discarded Pumpkin Bombs, by the way, too. But that's just what it is. So, didn't get the win. Rushing him didn't work great. We also got some cards at the wrong times and whatever. And unfortunately, that just happens in this game. But, you know, I thought about playing again, but I think posting the loss is fun too. So we'll just do that. But anyway, do me a huge favor. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe. And if you did this challenge, let me know down below how it went for you. Tell me your situation, like kind of what hero did you use? What did you play? All that fun stuff. And I will see you all next time.